And action.
Indeed.
All right, you ready now?
Chris, this is going out on YouTube.
We've always
and that's got to stay in now because we don't edit this. Do not even joke.
Nope. I already warned Jackson as well. Mason's at lacrosse practice because he started that again, so I couldn't go this week. So I told Jackson, I was like, hey, no interruptions, there's no editing. I was like, unless the house is burning down, just watch a video for the next 30 minutes. I was like, once we do our podcast, that's fine. You can come on down and we can just edit around it if we need to. But
and to be fair, even if there was a fire, you probably say, well, you can wait half an hour.
How are you, buddy? I haven't talked to you much this week at all.
No, you've been busy.
I've been a lot of things this week, including, I don't want to say sick because that would probably give the wrong impression, but I had my flu shot.
Flu jab, yeah.
I just realized I corrected myself because I was there at the store and I was like, "Can I get a flu jab?" And they're like, "Huh?" And that's like, "Oh," because I got my mask on. They didn't understand the accent, so I said again, "Can I get a flu jab?" And then there was a reaction again, like, "What?" And then it was like, "Oh yeah, flu shot." I was like, "Okay." And then I didn't hear her say that, but I'm guessing that's what happened. And they were like, "Yeah, just wait a second." And then Mason's like, "You call it a jab?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What do you call it?" He's like, "Flu shot." I was like, "Oh, I'd never." 20 years plus now living in the States, and I always keep finding these little words that I hadn't picked up on, or I still use the British phrase. So yeah, apparently they don't use jab over here. And then I retold the story at school, and someone's like, "Jab?" So anyway, the side effect of that was it totally knocked me out. Monday I was exhausted, had no energy at all, and went to bed about 9:45, something like that, having already slept for an hour and a half in the afternoon and probably a good 9 hours the previous night. And woke up at 4 a.m. just to go to the bathroom. And I was like, "Ooh, there's no way I'm going into school today." Said, "Hey, not coming in." Went back to bed. Didn't wake up till about 9:15. I slept like nearly 11 hours that night, and then I woke up and I was good. So I had kind of a 2-day period when I had zero energy, which is not good, but good now.
I can relate to that side of things. They're really doing a drive for the flu vaccine here in the UK at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously last year everyone was masked up. Everyone, but to be fair, the take up was incredible last year for the flu vaccine, and it was good. Thing is, people worried because I'm not sure if it was everywhere. My brother, when he was on with me which about with early year, we haven't been able to do that show for so many months because of work. Because of work for me and my brother, trying to sync up is terrible, unfortunately. But it will return. It will return. But he was on there and start of the year mentioned. I'm not sure for the UK or just our area. There had been no cases of flu the entire month of January, which is unheard of.
It makes a big difference when you're wearing masks. Shocker.
Who thought that, eh? So yeah. But because of that, because everyone has been wearing masks the last 2 years nearly now, that's scary in itself. People just aren't catching colds like they were, or catching the mild cases of flu, because the younger generation can usually deal with flu better than the older generation. Unfortunately, it's a fact of life. Because of that, when people are getting a cold this year, it is knocking for six. It really, really is. Yeah, I mean, me and Chris, part of Round Table, of course, one member of the Round Table, their partner had got a cold and it had completely wiped her out. Completely wiped her out. Just a cold, that's all it was. But it was like feel like crap for days. So yeah,
I think people are also exhausted as well, though. There's definitely a fatigue side with all the other things that are going on, and I think that's a component of it as well. So I don't actually know it was a side effect of the flu shot at all. It could just have been I had a busy weekend, and it could just have been something minor. But for whatever reason, I normally sleep 6.5 hours. For whatever reason, I slept 20 plus hours in 2 days, and I was yawning the whole time though. Even when I was awake, I was like, I want to go to bed now. So it was ridiculous.
It sounds like it to me, Graham. I remember when I've had my flu jab, and arm felt like it was hanging off for a day or two. I'll take that of getting the flu itself, though.
Oh, of course.
If COVID is anything like the flu, then flu can do one. Absolutely do one.
Oh.
But get back to what you were saying about not being able to call it a jab or a shot. I can speak from experience here. I've been using the word shot more than jab.
Oh, well, you become very Americanized because I picked up on that recently on Techers. Like you've started to say, I don't know if you've said things like defense necessarily, but there was a couple of things where you've gone definitely to the American pronunciation of things.
Sometimes it's the only way to make sure Tan knows what I'm talking about. As we'll find out later on the main show, of course. But main reason I've been saying stuff like hashtag get the shot. I plugged that all over Twitter when I was getting my jabs early in the year, and I've got my booster coming up soon, hopefully, because I've done frontline staff. I'm not due one until this coming Thursday, when my 180 days have expired. Can't get it till then.
I'm supposed to get mine. I'm over 6 months now. I'm going to get it in the next couple of weeks. We have a professional day at work coming up, and our principal's already said, "Hey, if you need that time to go get you a shot, go get your shot." So
that is fantastic. Of course, Chris is just bragging that he's had his booster shot, and rightly so. He should brag about that. Absolutely should. I had a point to make.
You were using shot rather than jab on when you were poking.
Yeah, because the amount of people who were, I was just like, because I'm quite happy. I've got 1,500 people on Twitter who follow me. That's pretty good for an idiot from Essex in the UK. It's pretty good, I think. All I do ever do is spout nonsense. But 1,500 people watch it. So, that's not bad, I think. And we've got a certain amount of reach thanks to Techers and to VGM. So if I've got a platform, I'm going to use it for good. Get your vaccine, get yourself safe, and that applies to COVID and it applies to the flu because of wearing masks and being so safe. Now people are taking them off, obviously. I've seen the F1 this weekend, for example, at the Circuit in America in Austin, where Tanner's from, ironically. They're actually going to have they've actually had pretty much everybody in the crowd there with no masks on.
Okay.
It's outside, in fairness, so it's better outside than in.
It is.
That track, I've never seen that many people there for free practice before. But it is a case of they just want to get out and do something.
Sure.
Temperatures are about 30, 31 degrees in Austin at the moment as well, so makes sense to be better outdoors than in if you have to be, I suppose.
Mid-80s for our English listeners, American listeners.
Yeah. It's quite interesting, but because of all that, people not wearing their masks anymore. People worry there may be I believe some people coined it in the UK as a fluvid pandemic.
Fludemic.
Pardon?
I've had fludemic.
Fludemic, yeah. Fludemic, but basically it's ridiculous. So you got to get your jabs. My sister had her booster, and her she was meant to have it the day she had her car crash, actually, a few weeks ago, and she's doing fantastically well. Some people sent me messages of support, and I passed them on to her. It was fantastic, thank you. But she was meant to have hers that day, so she had to wait until she was better beforehand because they obviously were, antibiotics and that sort of thing. So she had her COVID booster and her flu jab on the same day in the same arm.
Oh, okay.
She's happy she got protection, but she hadn't done that because it felt like it was like a lead balloon. Because they say you can have them the same day, they recommend different arms.
Oh, okay.
But she had them both in the same arm, so I think you might regret that one a little bit. Cause that's what you were talking, wasn't it?
If you don't have them at the same time, it should be different arms. If you have them at the same time, it can be the same arm.
Oh, can be. Okay.
Yeah, it's just if it's different. If it's a different day, it should be different arms.
There you go. Spoken with someone who's had all of his shots, as it were.
Within 4 days, so that's why I had him in different arms.
Exactly. Go and get your jabs, guys. Seriously. What else, Grams, on your mind?
Well, I'm skipping. I actually had stuff prepared this week. It was unusual. Last few weeks I haven't needed to, and we never need stuff anyway. But there was a few things that caught my eye that didn't really fit in any nicely to any place. So we said one of the things we'd do on here is if we had unsure cop moments. So one of these, and I don't think I mentioned this so far. I don't think I even talked to you about this. Flying V Fights is back. It's a long time since they had their last show. There was some issues regarding the owner of that company.
Yes.
Anyway, Saturday, November 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After a long wait, the Flying V Fighters are back and ready to fight. But first, they must overcome a powerful, otherworldly, and sinister force looking to dominate and conquer all of Flying V Fights. I think they're kind of the new Chikara in some ways. Like, they took elements from that anyway because they had some of the people who worked with that organization with them. Enter a world of wrestling, wondering where good guys face villains, the likes of which you've never seen, all while providing family-friendly entertainment with the Flying V signature storytelling. Of course, this is why we used to love Flying V and why we used to go regularly. See the stars of independent wrestling come together under one roof to help kickstart the beginning of some long-term storytelling. We're always a big fan of that, in the way only combat theatre can. Now, that's clearly a good cop moment, right? So
yes,
why
I'm waiting for the anvil. Yes.
Why is this an unsure moment? We're not going. We could go, except bell is at 8 p.m. Audience members will be required to show proof of vaccination at the door. Now, you would think that would be a good cop moment for me as well. Jackson can't go. He hasn't been vaccinated yet. So we can't go.
Are they doing... I think I have seen apparently they're looking at doing 5 to 12-year-olds next.
They're getting ready, but right now we can't do it. So could Mason and I go? Yeah, we could. So we'll be going to a different show instead, unfortunately. It is on IWTV, I think, live. We'll just be watching it probably at a later time, or if we're back in time, we'll watch it. So I would have liked to have gone to that one. The fact that they're doing proof of vaccination, I really love. The fact that I think that does keep the people a little bit safer. And yeah, we can't go. But I'm really glad that they're back. The card looks awesome. A lot of great people on there. Trish Adora and Janai Kai is one I'm particularly looking forward to on the female side. But yeah, Elo Neal's going to be there. Just lots of people are going to be there who we've seen before.
Great.
And some new people as well. Pancakes is going to be there, who I saw up at Pizza Wrestling. Glad to see him there again. And Saul Esparza, who his promo picture looks awesome. We've seen him at EWA Maryland. We've seen him at 1CW Wrestling in Delaware. But he's definitely somebody on the rise as well. So good to see he's joining that organization too. Fantastic. But since we're talking about vaccines, I thought it was the perfect time to kind of bring that one in.
It's fantastic to see they are coming back, Graham, for sure, because we thought they were dead and buried at one point. So it's great to see that they are being revived with hopefully some more scrupulous owners.
Yeah, I'm going to say there's no reason why, and I'm not sure. I'd be curious to know how much of an influence Elo Neal is on this. I'm going to assume he's a big part of this. But I haven't seen any particular posts related to it. I could have missed it, but yeah, they're almost sold out. I think when I saw the other day, there's only 16 tickets left. So I'm like, great. They've always sold out, actually, to be honest. Like, we only missed one event because we were in Ohio, but obviously that was the event where Jackson got to meet Orange Cassidy as well. That's what started Satsuma Cassidy off. So obviously Flying V has some great memories. Mason got sang Happy Birthday to by Tim Donst live on IWTV as well. So yeah, some great memories from that organization. So we won't be going to this one, but hopefully down the line.
They're back. The main thing.
They're back, and I'm so happy that they're back as well. Really good organization.
If that's any bad cop about it, Graham, then that's not a bad thing.
Nah, not at all.
I've got something similarly related, actually, Graham, to talk about. Actually, unsure. Actually, well, CXW Extreme have announced their second event. Fantastic! It's in Braintree, which is not the best place to get to. It's not easily gettable. I could get there for it though. Amazing. Obviously, I really enjoyed the first show. We're looking forward to doing MGB down the line. It is going to happen. We've got to go.
I just hope I can remember it.
It's okay, Graham. I'm pretty sure I will.
I'm not rewatching it. It was like 4 hours.
You watch it times 3. It's fine. It's about half an hour.
You can't. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Times 2 is as fast as you can go.
Still, it's okay. It's 2 hours then, Graham. It's not 4 then, is it? Okay, but so that's what is a good cop, man. The bad cop side of it, Graham. April 1st.
Okay, is that WrestleMania or something?
No, April the 1st is a Friday for a start. Now, I'm going to April for the next event.
Oh, that is a lot. Oh, why such a gap? I was thinking
So-
you said you were going to say you couldn't go because something else had come up, but
It's the next show for them is not the second show is not until April. These things take planning and timing. Unfortunately, it's both the case of making sure they can definitely get the people they wanted. It's called Fool's Day Fights,
Mhm.
which is good.
you would think they would put on like a smaller show or something just to keep that momentum. If you're trying to build a following, that's too far apart.
They got that. That's the only bad thing about it. They're definitely going to. They're definitely going to do well here, I think, because I thoroughly enjoyed it last time.
Yeah.
As you know, I mean, I could preach back to the cows come home. I wear the pink shirt I bought because real men wear pink. Very
Love
proudly in that front row.
Yep. Got a little bit of pink on me today. I don't know if you can see that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's representing breast cancer, I believe. About
Yep.
what is it?
All right. Yep.
It's not quite, but it's prostate cancer. You know, we fight to try and cure cancer somehow.
I normally wear this shirt this month, and I haven't worn it yet this month. So I was like,
no, it's lovely. It's
wear
lovely
it today. Seems we're doing video podcasting as well. I was like, sure, why not?
It's lovely to see it, Graham. Even if we are nearly at the end of the month already, which is scary, Graham.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah.
If you want me to be really scary, Graham, if my maths is correct, and then no, that's not my strongest area, Graham. 10 weeks time, Graham, I'm gonna be closer to you than I've been for the last 3 years.
I think that's right. That sounds like about January time, early January. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So in fact, if my maths is correct as well, that'll actually be New Year's Day,
Okay.
which is the day we actually fly. So
Wow, this 2021's just gone so quick. It's ridiculous.
compared to last year, it needed to.
Yeah. All right, I got some more unsure stuff for you. One, I'm going to save for the following week because it's not time specific. It was something I wanted to talk about, but I know we got to record with Tanner, so I'm going to do a slightly shorter unsure moment. MJF, if you've already talked about this, just let me know and I'll stop talking. MJF had an interview about what his thoughts were on Roman Reigns. Does this feature in any of your moments on the show?
Who?
MJF. Oh, so does that? Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
I don't acknowledge MJF. I think it's a piece of crap.
Okay, but it doesn't feature in any of your moments, does it? All right, so the quote was, Roman Reigns lost in the key demo to Ruby Soho, and Ruby Soho sucks, so I don't know what to tell you. Don't get me wrong, that's not me shitting on Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns is a hell of a performer, he really is. I think he's absolutely incredible. Am I better than him on the mic and in the ring? Sure, but I'm not going to go out of my way and talk shit about him because I respect him. I respect what he does. I respect the hard work that goes into putting out that product that is WWE. Again, someday I might work there. I'm also sure if he sees this, he'll pretend he doesn't know who I am because that's what they do over there. When in reality, I know what they're all watching our stuff. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I'm a huge fan of Roman Reigns. I think he is great. Would love to work with him one day. Now, that's the end of the quote. Now, when I first saw that, I was like, that's not your typical MJF quote. Normally, I would have thought it would have been Roman Reigns sucks and he's not as good as he thinks he is, etc., etc. So I was like, whoa, that's not good. However, having read some of the comments on Twitter in response to this, I'm kind of a little unsure now. Other people are saying this is brilliant heel work because he was praising WWE. He said he might want to work there. He loves Roman Reigns. And what better way to wind up AEW fans than say how good WWE is? I'm a little unsure. What do you think, Matt?
I'm more concerned that he trashed Ruby.
But that's because same thing. He's playing AEW down to wind AEW down. You don't think so?
I have a problem with showing disrespect to women's wrestling in general.
Obviously, Ruby Soho does not suck. That much is obvious.
Nah, she really should have been women's champion WWE. She really should have been. She was underutilized for sure. I'm glad she found her place at AEW. I can see both sides of this. I think that it depends on which side you want to view it as. Only he will know what he was actually meaning by it. I've got to say that, yeah, I can see what's an unsure moment.
Don't you like it when those lines are blurred though, and there's room for interpretation? Because it'll
be interpreted by each side as one way or another. One thing I'll say is that he won't have been watching it because, newsflash MJF, your product's on at the same time as his. Rampage on at the same time last week. So how would he have been watching if he actually was in the ring at the same time as that happening?
He'll be watching his Betamax copy of it. He videoed it like we talked about last week, and then he'll be watching it that way, right? Anything else quickly? I know we got to wrap up.
A-Track, later this. Get anything to bring up, Grandad?
Yeah, it'll be coming out on 8-track. That's right. Get your gramophones ready.
I think we're pretty much done here, guys. We'll be back with a pre-show again next week. Make sure you check out the main show over on VGM later this weekend. We're out of here.
Possibly. We got some scheduling issues next week, but we got 7 days to try and figure that out.
Indeed. We're out of here.